I promised you guys a web video for makeup tutorials and stuff like that, so I'm gonna do that for you. First thing I do is I clean my face with some baby wipes. These are super cheap, and they work really well for taking all the ick off. So you just wipe across wherever you're gonna put makeup. Not that hard. Make sure you get in the corners of your eyes, because you know, goop. That's never good. Pretty simple. Your face will feel all clean and shiny and happy, and you won't have any oil, so that's always good. Second, I always put a moisturizing base. This is just a Walmart brand baby lotion, because I like the way it smells. And I don't use too much because you don't really need too much with this. Just enough to give your makeup a base to stick to. Just kind of put it everywhere. I also make sure that my hair is pulled back out of my face so that I don't have random hair sticking in places it doesn't need to be. And once this is all dry, you can start with makeup. I usually start with a wet foundation. I have this is CoverGirl Clean Oil Control foundation, just pretty basic. And I use I use ivory because I'm really white and pale. And I use these little cosmetic sponges. I like them a lot. So just put some makeup on my cosmetic sponge. It's on there. I don't know if you can really tell, but white on white, it's still a little difficult. Don't put too much on there, otherwise you end up with this weird cake feeling, and it's gross. So then you just kind of pat it on, smear it. I also try to make sure I put extra underneath my eyes. And that's pretty much how much I usually use. And break out under your nose and in the creases and on your nose. Now this isn't really going to hide too much, it's just a pretty good base. See, I'm still really pink through here. And don't forget to push that foundation up into your hairline, otherwise you'll get like a weird line, and you don't want a weird line. That's never fun. So there's the base coat. Also try to remember to get your eyelids, and for that I'll show you another trick in just a little bit. Alright, after you have your foundation base, your liquid foundation base on, I still have a lot of pink across my nose, and that's one of those things because I'm really a fair skin. So I use let's see if this one's cut. I use a CoverGirl, I have my other eyelashes on here, but a CoverGirl Ultimate Finish Liquid Powder Makeup, and I will get another one of those little happy cosmetic sponges. You can use the ones that are in the containers. I find they get nasty really quick, so I replace them. Like I said, I like the little triangle ones because I can get all the detail-y little areas like that. So you can just put it on just like you would any other foundation. This one I always make sure I get extra on the eyelid because it serves as a really good base for getting your makeup to stick. And I kind of use a lot of this, so I usually buy 2 or 3 of these at a time, just because I really like them. and they cover up all the strange little blemishes you can end up with. Zits and discoloration. So there's like half my face, and I use, like I said, I use quite a bit of this. There's my forehead, my nose, and don't forget to get down in here, because otherwise you end up with this weird faded thing. And if you have like spots that don't quite take the makeup as well, or they look like they're faded out, you can dab it, just kind of stipple it on there, and it will hide it. So there's that. Right now I have like a big blemish here from my cat. Push it up in your hairline. Get the other side done. This is kind of just for, you know, this is my base for pretty much all makeup that I put on. Because I like the fact that my skin is pale, and starting from a good base means that your color will stay and it will pop more. Like, it will be very vibrant. So there's that. I have very pale skin. And you might notice I have kind of a line here right now. But now that I'm done with this, I'll show you what I do with that. I take my nice clean hands and I just kind of blend it back into my ears, down on my neck. And it'll just sort of fade everything. Push it back into your hairline with your hands. So then you end up with a nice even tone. And from here I usually do eyeshadows. So let's do that. I think for this one I'm going to go ahead and do some red tones for my friend Wolf, who asked for some red tones for one of his vampire characters that he plays in a live-action role-playing game. So I have this really cool palette that I picked up at Walgreens for like 10 bucks. It's got a ton of eyeshadows and coolness, and I use it a lot. The other thing I really like is my vibrant color pigments from Shandy Cosmetics, and the inside of that looks like this. They're very bright, and these run pretty cheap. They're really not that expensive, and you can get them on Amazon, so yay. So for the start of this, I'm going to pull out my brushes. I just buy whatever brushes. I don't care if they're MAC brushes or whatever. I buy cheapy brushes if I can. I usually start with just a little fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I have several of them, but they're pretty standard. They come in almost any kit, brush kit that you buy, and they're pretty useful. I like them a lot. I think because we are doing a vampire thing, I'm going to show you a little trick for getting your makeup to really pop. I have this what is it? White NYC eyeliner pencil, and it's not real fancy. It's just a white pencil, And what I do is I kind of color my whole eyelid with it, so that you can get the pigment to really, the colors to pop really good. So let me show you how I do that. I kind of just line it and just continue coloring it in a little bit at a time, all the way up to your brow line. And I kind of just follow the whole thing around. Don't forget to get up by your eyebrows. And if it gets too much, you just wipe it off. It's really not that hard. So it starts with a nice base color. See that? You can compare them now. Like, it also helps open up your eye a little bit. So let me do the other side also. And you know, as long as they're mostly even in whiteness. And if you have a darker skin tone, you can do this with any pencil that's, you know, close to your skin color. If you happen to be an olive skinned fellow, or, you know, African American, this is a good way to help your makeup pop. So after this, let me get the lid back there. We start with color. For our purposes today, I will use this. I'm going to start with this mauvey, this like reddish rose color here. It's like a coppery red, and it should do good because he says he likes to use like rose colors for his character. And yeah, he plays a female, which is awesome. Any guys who wear makeup, I'm down with. So with this, we're just gonna sort of get the eyelash line right across here, just to add some pretty good color there. And you can see how well that color really pops. And yeah, you get a little bit down here, you know what? It's fine. It'll still look amazing. So I'm going to just pick up a little bit more product and do the other side. So now I've got both eyes done. I always blow out my brushes. It's just a habit I have. So I've got the bright colors, and we're gonna do the next step in the next video. So thanks for paying attention thus far, and I look forward to you in the next video.